it going? In today's short video, I'm going to be showing you how to do one of my favorite scooter tricks, the frontside 180 heel. Out of all the 4 combos, this one is my favorite as it's a lot more relaxed than the others. You can kind of do it with a bit more style and steeze, and when I learned it, it was the one that was completely oppo to me because I spin backside and I do tail whips. So doing an oppo at the time, an oppo 180 and an oppo tail whip made me feel really cool. First things first, when you do this trick, you're gonna need to have your frontside 180s pretty dialed. Your heel whips, obviously, I guess you could learn it before you heel whip, but I really wouldn't recommend it because it's gonna feel very unnatural. Ideally, you wanna have them very, very comfortable at this stage, but again, not essential. And then your other step as well is you probably, if you're not a heel whipper and you do tail whips, then you wanna have your downsides nice and easy as well, because learning to catch it kind of with that foot is what you wanna be doing with a heel whip. So when it comes to throwing the trick, out of all of the 4, this is the one where you can lean back the most, as you can't really, although you can lean back to pop off the backside tricks, you kind of have to push it forward quite quickly to keep the rotation. And even with the downside, when it comes to catching the trick, you can't be leaning back. But with the 180 heel, on the other hand, you can be doing more like that, which when you learn the trick air, you'll really kind of start seeing what I mean. So that, in my case, is another reason why I found it so enjoyable, because I could really relax and just float it. So yeah, that's kind of all the trick is. As most of the tricks that I'll teach on my channel, I'll always say that the spin starts here, with the kind of in the small of your back, as initially that's what's going to bring the heel whip around. So you want to kind of learn how to kick the heel whip directly under, because a lot of the times when you're just doing a heel whip flat, you don't really kick it under as much as you kind of kick it forward, because you're trying to get air. Whereas this one, for this trick, although you want to get air, you really want to be getting the heel whip round at the right time. So when it comes to foot positioning, I would say to learn it, you kind of want to have your back foot. The back foot's the most important one in this trick. In my case, I've always learned it with the back, kind of this part of the foot is almost touching your fender. And again, you really want to, you're almost kind of doing that. The reason I've got no shoes on is so you guys can see this easier, although I am barefoot most of the time. And yeah, you're really kind of, before kicking it, you're almost rolling your heel to give it that sort of spin. So that's kind of what you're doing. Your front foot is quite lazy. I would probably have it a bit more back than you normally would, just because as you start spinning, you really want to use the leverage from this to your advantage. So yeah, so the first thing is the spin starts here in your back, as let me just move the camera tads. What you're kind of trying to do is you're spinning like this. So with a lot of times when you spin your body, you're spinning on this axis, but in this case, to maximize your jump and bring it around quicker, you really want to be spinning like this. So if you're goofy, then it'll be the opposite. Obviously, you'll be spinning like this, but you're trying to spin up and over rather than just horizontal, because that's not gonna enable you to jump as high as you can. Bend down as you jump, that's when you kick, but before you release, you want to already be turning. That is the secret that's really gonna get you to land this trick quicker. If you can't 180 and heel whip amazingly, then your shortcut is gonna be cheating, essentially. So the way you're gonna cheat in this trick is by turning before you jump. So again, if we go through the steps, it's bending down with the feet in the right position, and as you release, that's when you start turning. So you're turning like this, and then once you can feel that the scooter is in motion going to the left or to the right if you're goofy, that's when you can heel whip. But again, like I was saying, with this trick you can really take advantage of leaning back. You can really use the spinning part to your benefit. So again, bend, turn, spin. That's all it is. As with most tricks, the more you try it, the easier it's gonna get. So you can really, if you start doing it all the time, then you're really gonna get the hang of it. It doesn't feel like it, you think scootering's all like the scooter, but your shoulders, where you're looking, where your focus is, that's all gonna influence how you land the trick. So in my case, my eyes are kind of here. As I do it, I'm looking for the deck, watching where I am, bang, and then land the trick. That's all there is to it. So with that being said, you're on the best channel for scooter related educational content on YouTube. If there's any other tricks that you're struggling with or tricks you want to learn, let me know and I will happily make a video. Thank you for tuning in. I hope this answered your question. If you're trying to learn 180 heels, frontside 180 heels. Oh, another thing I didn't say actually is, in my case, this trick was easier. The way that I learned it was going fakie and doing it half cab, because when you go half cab you can actually start the turn. So if you see here, if you put your weight on your front foot while you're going fakie and turn the bars the other way that you're going, if you jump right at this point here, you're doing just above 90 degrees, probably about 95 degrees instead of 180. So by learning that, it might help you to then do it in other places. If I remember correctly, I learned it fakie, then I learned it forward, and then I took it straight to ramps. And after that, after probably a year or two, I learned my 360 heels.
Yeah, that was bang on, man.
And they, up until this point, are still my favorite trick. So yeah, much love guys, thank you for watching, and yeah, I hope you stick around to see some more scooter videos. Peace.